followers. So here's my Ten Tec Pegasus control program, which I want to do a complete demo of it. I've made improvements to it in fits and starts here and there, but now it's all tied together. So since I'm selling off the Pegasus, I wanted to include this program. This is really not meant for the general public or the general amateur community because it's a development environment. It might be installable on Windows. I run this on an iMac. So I thought if people have a strong interest in this, and I'll see how it goes, I'm offering the radio with the normal Pegasus software. And I thought I would put my work in here too. This has been a long project, probably 4 to 6 months of work. I forget when I started this, but I'll take you through the whole program. So I had not been in amateur radio for quite 20 years probably. I haven't touched amateur radio. And I got back into the stuff last August of 2021. So I had forgotten everything about amateur radio. I'd forgotten where all the bands were and everything. So to help that out, this program will basically figure out where you are in the spectrum, and it'll remind you that these are the various modes and 40 meters you can operate, and when you change frequency, it will change the modes you're allowed to operate according to the band plan by the FCC and the ARRL. So you can see on 40 meters here, it's going to show you the CW portion only, and then once you drop out of 40 meters, it's going to drop out entirely, and the button here for 40 meters will go blank. So it really keeps tabs on what you're doing. In this program, to change bands, you simply hit the band button you want. So I'll turn up the volume a bit, and I'm using the 302 encoder to change the volume. So I hit volume and turn the encoder, and you'll see the volume will raise up. To change bands, you simply hit the band you want here in the top. So broadcast band, which is AM radio, 160 meters, and it defaults lower sideband. 80 meters, it defaults lower sideband, and it also defaults to FT8 frequency. So here's 60 meters, and I also tried to make the volume the same over all these bands, which was not easy. There's 40 meters, 30 meters, and let's have the antenna tuner go into bypass mode. There we go. So there's 30 meters, 20 meters, 17 meters, 15 meters, 12, and 10. So it reminds you, the program reminds you of what band you're on basically here, and what you can do in that band. It's pretty cool. And this band, 60 meters, is all channelized. Sounds like some AM here or something. Okay, so I never hear anybody on this band, so it's kind of amazing to hear anybody in here at all. So if I want to talk to those people, I would simply say I'm on 60 meters, hit the antenna tuner for 60 meters, and that's how I would do it. So watch this. So whoops, I changed the frequency there. Up the volume. Anyway, I would hit the antenna 60 here. And now it has the antenna ready for 60 meters. I can do a test signal here by giving it 15 watts and saying tune transmitter. You'll see there's nothing coming back here, so it's a really good indication. And the program is also running in a prompt here, so you can see that as I do things here, the program is running, and you can see what is going on in a more granular level here. So it's like I'm transmitting 19 watts, and I'm keyed up. So if we unkey here, you'll see it'll say that the transmitter is now off, and I'm on this frequency transmitting. So anyway, okay, so I'm ready to transmit those guys if I wanted to. I would simply raise the power up. I would raise the power to 100 watts and start transmitting to them. So that's how I would do that. Let's look around here. So let's look at 80 meters here. There's 80. Some FT8. And I can go to AM mode now and go through the band pretty quick. So AM mode will scan faster. So AM mode, volume up. And now I can run through here. There's the sideband there. Go to sideband. And to talk to these guys, I would tune the antenna for 80 meters right here. And now it's tuned up. And I can transmit on 80 meters. Okay, here's 40. Let's see what's going on here. Now I also have a variable filter on here. So the Ten Tec program, you have to select these. I have a way that you can turn the 302 knob, the tuning knob, and then select the filter that way. So check this out. Up goes the volume. And now we'll do the filter like this. Hit this, turn the knob, there's the filter. So you can really open the filter up on this thing if you want by turning the tuning knob. So that's pretty cool. And keep tuning here at 40. AM station. Okay, that's 40 meters. What else is cool is I put a band scan in here. So if you don't want to sit and turn the dial, you can simply now scan the band. So I can hit this band scan, and it'll go through the whole band one at a time. It'll stay on 40 because we're on 40 now, and it will first of all try to establish a noise floor, and you'll see it doing that right here. It's going to say establishing noise floor baseline, and it's going to figure out what the average S units are on the band right now with noise and signals. So once it hits the top of the band, you'll see it'll have a noise floor baseline. It's almost done. So it found the average is 6.4 S units. Now, it's also looking for notable signals here. And so when it finds a notable signal, it puts a URL here you can click. And so you can see now it found a bunch of them. So click one of these and it'll take you close to a signal. And then you can tune to it. So that's how that works. It's pretty neat. It gives you a whole sequence of signals it found, and you can click on those. I didn't make this window big enough for this demo, unfortunately, but you can click on those and it'll tune the radio accordingly. and also drop you out of scan mode. So that's pretty handy. So I can antenna tune this guy on 40 meters now. I can hit the tuner for 40. Now I'm on 40, ready to go. And I can talk to that guy if I want to. So that's pretty cool. The band's quiet tonight. There's also a noise blanker on here that works great. So kicking the noise blanker here. Now it's on, so it makes a bit of a difference. Not much noise tonight. There's also AGC control. There's slow. There's medium. There's fast. And you can see the program is acknowledging these changes. So you can see everything you do here is acknowledged in the program and what's going on. So that's about it. What else can we cover here? I did put in markers here to see if the band is open. So you can try for WWV here to see what's going on. Those are just quick jumps to WWV. So there's 2.5, there's 5, there's 10, 15 is still there, some barely. Oh, and when you do that, you want to turn off the antenna. So the only way to put this thing in antenna band pass is to have it on an amateur band, because it needs to have the transmitter fired up to change the antenna tuner. Why? That's how they made it. Go to 40. Do you know a bypass? There. And now you're bypassed, so all bands will have direct access to the antenna without any tuning. So there's 2.5, there's 5, there's 10, 15 megahertz, 20, 25. And I put CHU in here too. There's CHU coming in. So that's a lot of fun. And what else can we do here? There's, of course, this transmit power, which you can change all around. There's transmit bandwidth for the SSB signal. There's a mic gain, which you can change. This doesn't work quite right, but I just nail it at 100% and it works. Speech processor works very well on this thing. You can keep it at 80, it's pretty good there. There's also a CW side tone that works in CW mode here. In fact, if I go to CW mode, hit the mic, you'll hear it beep. So if I go to CW mode here and hit the mic, oops, I didn't do it. Transmit is enabled. I'm on CW. Why is that not working? I don't know. The mic's connected. Maybe I gotta do this. Don't know. One thing about this radio is it has to have constant communication from the web browser, or else the the transmitter won't work. So let's see what we can do here. We're at 10 watts. Let's try and transmit. Oh, I know why. Because we're out of band. It never transmits out of band. So you better see a valid frequency up there. So let's go back to 40 meters. There's 40 right there. And now I can go to CW mode, transmit. That's the CW tone. And I can raise and lower that. The side tone off. Not transmitting. Louder. Softer. So that's pretty cool. The TX monitor is for monitoring your voice. So you can go to a phone area here in 40 meters. Let's go to LSB. Now, I can basically hear myself talk to the mic if I put the monitor up 100% and disable the transmitter. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, testing. KB3W testing in local mode with the microphone, and then I can turn this up a bit. It'll probably be feedback. 1, 2, 3, audio test the microphone. This is a good way to test how your microphone sounds out to the, this is before processing, so this is your raw microphone speaking. So it's a pretty nice feature. Turn the volume back down and turn this off. So that's the TX monitor. So we've gone through it all here. I also had this program, I was thinking about remote operation. So you can use this program without the tuning wheel, without the 302 encoder, by holding down these buttons here. It'll tune it. And hold this one down to go the other way. And it will tune. So that's, I was thinking about running this thing remote without the tuning wheel on the internet, and it will run across the internet, but there's no sound yet. I've not got sound figured out yet. And of course you can run upper sideband, lower sideband, AM, CW as we've seen, and there's FM there. So, and of course, when you change bands, it always knows what mode to go into. So AM, it goes to AM. 160 goes to LSB, or you can make it CW. 80 meters defaults to LSB. This defaults to LSB also. There were guys talking on here somewhere. Now, this is very noisy, so let's demo the noise blanker. So noise blanker, gonna go like this. AGC medium. Let's go slow. Let's go back to medium. Fast. Let's take the A&R off. So it does work. Let's also change the filter on it. Here's the filter. So the filter does clean it up somewhat. And there's also a squelch on this thing, so if you look at the noise level in this thing about S8 or 9, I could tune off of these guys, and then I could set the squelch to say 12 S units. And that looks to be holding, so it's now S12. Let's take the squelch to S11. It's not enough. Well, maybe. Okay, so we're still holding squelch here. Now let's go back to these guys on channel 4 here on this band and see how they... Okay, let's knock the squelch up one more here to 12. There we go. Squelch is now S12. And let's go back to those gentlemen who were talking on frequency channel 4 here on 60 meters here. If I can find them. Okay, there's 4. They were right here. So they're breaking squelch. Somewhat. They're not very dependable. AGC fast. Medium. Squelch 11. take off A and R. Anyway, that's that. Let's go back to 40 meters here. Volume down, squelch off, and volume up. Let's now... Okay, here's some CW way down here. Let's see what's going on. So we can go to CW mode here and see what we can hear, if anything. So the tuning is more granular down here where it should be, right? Don't hear much. Anyway, you can up the filter here a bit. Here we go. Let's go back to LSB here.
The audio is good, so it's through the noise.
Okay, so what if I was going to transmit this thing? Well, okay, I would say transmit in 40 meters right here on 2500, 7.250, and I'm on lower sideband. So I would go to set this and turn the power up. Let's enable the transmitter. Whoops, enable it. Turn the power up to 100 watts. Make sure that's set. Mic gain, speech processor. That's good. That's good. And that's it. Now I want to make sure the antenna is ready to go, so I'll take the power down a bit. Get the antenna tuned for 40 meters. The tuner has now tuned the antenna. 100 watt power. Check the SWR. 100 watts out, 4 watts back, not too bad. Transmitter off. And now I can say a CQ. This is kilowatt Baker 3W. Use of frequency and use please. Kilowatt Baker 3W. CQ40, CQ40. Calling CQ40 meters. Hello 40 CQ. This is kilowatt Baker 3W. Kilowatt Baker 3W. KB3 Whiskey. Las Vegas, Nevada. Listening. So that's how you would call CQ with this software. And what else? You can also talk AM on this thing, so I could go to AM mode here. And key the mic. This is King Baker 3 Whiskey, KB3W, transmitting on AM. Transmitting AM on the Pegasus 123321 KB3W test. And of course, if I had a CW key here, I would go to CW mode here, and I could transmit CW. I could use the mic for a key here and transmit. CW monitor side is now going to be on. Okay, so there's how to run CW. So if I had a key and wasn't using a microphone, that might be a little easier. So that's about it. And let's see, what else? I really forget what these buttons do anymore. Oh, I think that was for transmitting audio through. I didn't finish that functionality. So that's about it. That takes you through. There's also an auto squelch feature, which if I say go to 17 meters here, and I start scanning the band, I can say auto squelch. And it will go through the band once, and it will get a noise floor baseline, which I'll show you here. Okay, there's a noise floor. And once it finds a noise floor, it will set the squelch up. So it just hit the noise floor at 3.3, and it put the squelch up to an S6. So it tries to automatically figure out to put the squelch a few more S units above the noise floor, and then it simply coasts through. And you'll hear people blurting in here once in a while when it finds a suitable signal. And there's something. And it'll also post the signal down here in the URL. So now I can say stop band scan, stop auto squelch, go to 40 meters, say, let's do a span scan, auto squelch. Okay, and now it's auto squelched at a level of 14 because this band is really noisy. So you'll probably hear something break through. And it's also listening for a signal that it can mark down here something it found. So it almost is scanning, and if it finds there's something. If it finds some signals that are interesting, it'll put them down here with the time the signal is encountered and the frequency, and then you can click these links. If you click these links, you get knocked out of scan and you'll go to this frequency. So we could try that. This isn't entirely accurate yet, but it does work. It found a few more. So let's try this one. Take the squelch off. Try that one. Well, there's one that worked. So anyway, it gets you close to the part of your person. So the last thing I want to go through in the software is the antenna tuning. So the tuner is integrated in this thing, and the software handles it. So basically, I have predefined all these settings in the software for my antenna, but for your antenna, you got to go through and set your settings in the software. And that's probably beyond this video of how to do that, but if somebody wanted to know how, I would tell them gladly. Suffice it to say that I'm on 40 meters now, and if I want to tune the antenna or use a tuner, let's try that out. So I'm going to go here to, I'll go to the AM portion of 40 meters, which is right here. And say I go to AM. There's someone talking there, unfortunately. But... well, if I want to talk to this guy here, I would go down in frequency a bit, and then I can work with the antenna tuning. So I have the tuner on 40 meters here all figured out, so I can hit 40. It'll tune it, and I know at the higher section here, my SWR is off. So I would say then transmit power, go to low power here, turn the transmitter on, and you'll see I got nothing coming back there. Let's raise the power a bit. So at 30 watts, I have 2 watts back. And from experience, I know that I need to add some inductance. So I can say antenna inductance up, antenna L up, hit this once. And it puts transmitter in low power, and then it does the change. Here's one more click. And I know from experience that it takes 2 clicks to get 2 more inductance values in here to make this thing work at this value. So that's one way to do it. Now, if I take the transmitter power down, or actually up now, it should have not much, yeah, so 108 watts, nothing coming back. So it's very well matched. So now if I go down the transmitter power of say 5 watts, and I turn the transmitter off, so now if I didn't really know what I was doing, and if none of these values here were set, if I had none of these values all preset, so nothing here is preset, I would then use the antenna auto tune, and the auto tune will turn the transmitter on to a low power, and it will run the auto tune algorithm inside the tuner to figure out. This will work on any frequency, I'm pretty sure. So anyway, case in point, if you want to auto tune, you just hit auto tune, and let's do that. It makes a lot of racket, and it tunes, and now if I turn the transmitter on, it should be close. Transmitter on, we're not on because why? I'm on 5 watts. There's always a reason why something's not working here. I'm not transmitting. Transmitter off. Let's make sure that's set. Power, make sure we're enabled. Oh, the volume has to be off. That cannot be left on. Okay, now transmitter enable. 18 watts, so it didn't do a great job of auto tuning. Let's try it again. Okay, that time it did, so there's nothing coming back. And I lost my transmitter again. Transmitter back on. There we go. So it does have a bit coming back. What if I add some more inductance? So the thing's not perfect, and maybe that's why these controls are good, because you can manipulate the values. So I know I spent a lot of time doing this, and I know that at least from my antenna here, when I hit 40 meters here, antenna tuning, it'll click the right amount and transmitter on, and then I can click up 2 notches here at this frequency here, 7290 for AM operation, and I won't have any issues. So high power here, I don't see anything coming back. If I decrease the inductance here, of course, it'll come back. You'll see some problems here. Inductance down. I didn't notice I had this thing twice. That doesn't make any sense. Antenna inductance up. That should read up, I would think. I'm not sure why it reads down. I gotta fix that. Anyway, let's go down one. I don't believe that's a real problem. And you can see that it'll peak up. So actually, looks like something went wrong with this program. And it's experimental, so it happens. So transmitter off. I'm going to actually do a restart of the program, meaning the JavaScript code in this thing, I'm just going to do a restart of the JavaScript by refreshing my screen here. And now, let's see, okay, so I got a mistake there, it looks like. Gotta fix that. Well, anyway, that's how this thing works. I can change capacitance and inductance. This is bypassed, so when I hit this, the antenna is bypassed, and any band now is bypassed through the tuner. So that's my demo. I do have to fix this little label here that got messed up. In fact, I can probably do that now and show you how I do that. So I'll hit this thing for the transceiver here. And let's see what happened to it. Does that thing say down? It does. So I wonder, so if this says up and down, L up, L down, antenna, L down, that must have been a spare button I was working on. I don't know what I did with that. Yeah, that's like a spare button I put in. So that's a little confusing. I must have been going to do something with that, and I left that there. I can delete that button, I suppose. I would like to know what it does or what it was for. If I delete it, will it mess anything up? High Z, low Z, down, up. Okay, so I can delete that column, I suppose, and get rid of that. That's a real weird thing. Okay, there's that thing there. So I want to get rid of the whole column here. And that's off screen. I'm sorry, it's off screen. I would show you, but I can't. Okay, so it's saying antenna down, antenna up, C up, C. Okay, there's my antenna up, there's antenna down. That's antenna L up. This is C up. And I'm looking for C down. Auto tune there. That's C up, correct? That is C down, correct? That's L up there, correct? And let's see here. And there's L down. So there shouldn't be two L down. So this column is going to get wiped out, delete. And it's gone. So I'm not sure why that was put in there a while back. I must have been hacking away. So yeah, the software is unstable, but it works. All right, so to do that, we do a we do a save, export, and now this will, once I refresh the screen, the code has been changed and it will, that button will be gone. So it's gone now. We can try our antenna tuner again by going to 40 meters. And volume down. Okay, let's try some antenna work here. Transmitter power 15 watts, transmitter enabled, correct. Bandwidth is set, mic gain, okay, we're all set. Tune transmitter on. And 18 watts, 10 back, that's very bad, transmitter off. So now I can say transmitter 40 meters, antenna tune, go ahead. That tunes it, transmitter on. Now you'll see nothing coming back. Let's go to high power. A little bit coming back. So let's now try to get that stuff out of there. So you want to lower the power and until you see some reflected, but not much reflected, and then you can fool with it. So, okay, that's bad. And let's see if we can take the L up now. That usually fixes it. And did it twice. Nope. Let's go L down twice. Down one more. Nope, doesn't go down anymore. Capacitance down. Down. Well, that's bad. Up. Up. There. So it takes a little bit of work, right? A little bit of finesse. Now we can increase the power and see what's going on. A few more watts there. Well, add some more capacitance here. And that took it out. Add some more. So that got everything ducky on this frequency anyway. So that's how that works. I could have also hit auto tune and that would have worked pretty well. So when the wind blows, this number will change when the antenna blows around outside. Okay, that's about it. That's the whole demo I have for you. I guess we never contacted anybody on here, did we? So is there anyone to talk to? Let's see. Let's see, transmit enabled, volume. Be nice if there's somebody on AM. Let's see. Let's try it. Well, there's lots of broadcast stuff on here from foreign countries, so let's not bother. That sounds like China. Anyway, this thing is also a really good shortwave listening radio. You can find all sorts of things to listen to. Here's some jamming. That's actually the they're jamming. This is Russia jamming the they're jamming the numbers frequency here. So that's Russia jamming. They're jamming the American numbers frequency. How nice.
It's created for the second consecutive year. The World Travel Awards Flask.
Sounds like China. And also this program, when you hit the broadcast band, it will basically denote in kilohertz, which I really like. So if you go to the broadcast, you'll see that it'll note up here in broadcast band, and it will go in kilohertz.
John, let me ask you a question. In the find us online.
go down to like say, so I jump onto kilohertz here. Anyway, not much going on here. All right, here's 160. This is, okay, our antenna is on 40. Okay, mistake here. So you want to get the antenna off of 40 meters. That could kill the broadcast band. So we're going to go back to bypass. It did a bypass. Now let's go back to AM mode here. Is it any better? Whoops. Let's see, that is not looking too good. Broadcast. It seems better now. A lot more going on. How about down here? No, not really.
Multicast connect to news. Jacksonville. The Eagle.
All right, 160. Nothing, 80 meters. A little bit. Of course, I can scan this band if I want. It'll scan it automatically. And I can auto squelch it, so I can just keep scanning until somebody appears. All right, 60 again. Okay, and 40 again. $30 meters. And there's 20. 20 seems like it's happening here. I'm hearing some FT8. So we can scan this band with the auto scanner here. See what perks up. If anything. Don't hear much. Well, not much going on 20. It's late. It's about 10:30 p.m. here. So anyway, that's about that. 17. Nothing going on. So there's a little bit of CB activity here. This thing will also pick up CB. So on the keypad, I can enter 27185. and hit enter and hit AM. There's people around you on this frequency. It also tells you the CB channel, so my software says this is now CB channel 19. You can coast through here, and if you hit a CB channel, the software will understand and tell you that you're on a CB channel. So that's kind of handy, I guess, if you want to listen to CB or hear what's going on. Sometimes there's some band openings on CB which are useful to understand if 10 meters is open. So that's how that works. On 10 meters, I also have it marked. Instead of scrolling through here, I can go to AM mode and go faster. And you'll see that 10 meters is demarcated correctly as to the band usage. So this program was a lot of work over the last 3 or 4 months. And maybe somebody will enjoy it. So I've never got an FM station up here. The band is never open enough. So that's my demo. Hope you enjoyed it. It's been a lot of work. And sure enough, when I change the volume here, the debugging statements here are going by. If I can get that window back here. Yep, there's the volume. So the volume is set by controlling the radio by setting it a ASCII serial command in hex, and I found that it goes to 127. It took a lot of work to figure out what really works in this radio and what doesn't. So, and to invoke this whole thing, I simply type in the word Pegasus and it brings up the web browser. So there's Pegasus and the radio boots and the browser comes up. Now I have two of them running because I had a browser there and a browser there. Just close this one here and you're good to go. It comes up on 40 meters and that's about it. It comes up in this filter mode here. You can open it up a little bit. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. That's how it works. Have a great day.